What separates a pro solo from mindless noodling? It's not speed, it's not scales, and it's probably not what you think it is. In this video, I'm going to show you the real reason why your solos might sound amateur, the powerful language framework that changes how you phrase everything, and a one-note drill that will give you results immediately. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm currently traveling on the beautiful Greek islands, and so this is 100% real. This is not an AI background. Even when I'm traveling, I stay in close touch with my inner circle students. We meet on Zoom every week. And lately, we have been discussing the meaning of guitar improvisation a lot. Here's the thing, it can happen so quickly to get bogged down by all the things you need to learn. And maybe you are in the same position. You already learned your scale shapes, your pentatonic boxes all over the fretboard. Maybe you even know your triads. You have a fairly good grasp of the fretboard. And you also can improvise in different scenarios. You play over backing tracks, but then at the 40-second mark, you just seem to run out of ideas, or it seems like you're just repeating yourself. It's not that you can't play, it's just a lack of meaning, honestly. Yeah? So that's what I want to speak about here in this video. And before we get into it further and explore what this missing link is, let's do a quick litmus test. I do this with my students as well. And I just want you to close your eyes, put on an A drone. Yeah, we're going to keep it in familiar territory. And I just want you to play what you feel in the moment. Let's give this a try. So what happens when we do this? There's usually two things that happens with my student. Either they freeze and they feel like they can't play because they're like paralyzed. They have a lack of confidence. Or they close their eyes and suddenly their brain is able to shut off and they're just able to just pour out emotion, pour out beautiful phrases. It's a liberating moment for them. And what decides how this is going to go for you? Well, it mainly shows how deep your connection with the guitar really is. If you put everything else aside, you know, you're thinking about technique or which notes to play, this is really showing what your connection is like. You might not know this, but I used to play with José Feliciano, 10-time Grammy winner from Puerto Rico. He's a blind musician. And watching him play and speaking to him has deeply inspired me because, let's face it, when you're visually impaired, you have no other choice but to deeply connect with your instrument via the ear. And that's probably the reason why there's so many successful blind musicians, like, you know, think Stevie Wonder, Jeff Healey, Jose, so many geniuses. And we should use this test to test our connection with the guitar. Okay, so let's go and explore this possible missing link a little bit further. Of course, we're gonna need foundations like being able to bend in tune, being able to find notes on the fretboard. your picking technique, your ability to produce different notes. But these are just mechanics. This is not where the music really lives. So, what's this whole idea of improvisation, anyhow? In order to understand this a little bit better, let's think of the way a baby learns to speak. So, when a baby learns to speak, they don't have a dictionary to read from. It's not like mom sits them down and say, "Hey, now today we're going to learn your first sentence." No. First of all, they're listening. They're listening to everything. They're listening to the waves and the wind and the rhythm and what their parents talk. And some magical moment, they go, mama, probably, yeah? Or papa, or they just make ah, yeah? They just make sounds, start making sounds. They do this by imitation. So a language is learned by imitation first. Then later on, you learn the rules of the language, you learn the grammar, you build your vocabulary, all that good stuff. But first, you gotta be able to just say something. And it's the same with our guitar. So I wanna do an exercise with you. Let's just think of a phrase like, "Can you see me?" Let's try to speak this phrase on the guitar in different ways. Yeah? So we're gonna begin, "Can you see me?" Rhythmical phrasing, da 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 da. Just gonna make up some notes with that. And then I'm gonna explore different intensities. What can you see me mean? It can be, "Hey, can you see me?" It can be like that. It's like, "Hey, can you see me? Can you see me?" Like curiosity, right? So think about different ways like that. You don't have to be a singer, but the voice helps to express. I'll put on the drone again. I'm going to put a link to a drone down there below as well, so you can try this immediately. Pretty cool. Did you hear how that last one sounded really desperate? Sound like, "Can you see me?" Really like moaning kind of, yeah? So there's just way more than one way to say a sentence. And that's the dilemma, that when we start improvising, often we just do things one way. We say everything one dimensional. And we're sounding robotic. There's just little expression in what we say. Like, what we say is okay, but how we say it is just way too monotonous and just too boring to listen to, because we don't speak music like an actual language. I hope that makes sense. And I also hope that this beautiful backdrop here and the natural rhythm of the waves can also inspire you to think about those things. All right. Last but not least, I want to give you another powerful exercise here. And we're actually going to do this over a simple blues form. We're going to take just one note, and I want you to play this note in different ways. So again, we're thinking in terms of intensity and in terms of storytelling. I would say the one note should be the root note. And let's define some of the parameters that we're going to change here. So we're going to change the register. Yeah. If we take an A, here's the root note. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I see at least 4 A's on here. Yeah. If you're not familiar with them, then familiarize yourself before we start this, then let's talk about pickups, pickup color. Yeah. Let's talk about the volume knob, intensity there. Yeah. And let's talk about phrasing. Let's talk about slide versus bends, micro intonation. Let's also talk about legato, maybe, versus picked note. That's called articulation. So we're already covering a lot of different ways to shape a note. Yeah. I'm not going to change any patches or pedals here. I'm just going to play with one sound. But probably out of all those things, the dynamic touch is probably the most important that I want you to explore. Yeah. So try to take this whole thing from a whisper to a scream all over the fretboard, and think of the word "hey" when you do this. It's like a scream. Yeah? It's like, one way to do it is a scream. So it can be from "hey" to "hey" to maybe "hey." Can go all the way to "hey." That's what I want you to explore. Huh? All right, let's go. Hope you were already able to experience how powerful this is. Even though we just play the root note on beat 1, which is not the most exciting thing to do, but all these different intensities made me feel different meanings and different emotions with this exercise. So let's do a little summary here. I broke down today and explored what might be the missing link between your solos sounding pro and your solos sounding amateurish and just flat. We explored first the connection of you and your guitar, and one of the great exercises to just test this, closing your eyes and playing with closed eyes. Then I went further and I explained to you the language framework that works really great for my students. I mean, as soon as you start thinking about music as a language, you actually have to say something. You can't just get away with maybe sounding good but not saying anything. So that's very, very powerful. And then we explored the phrase, "Can you see me?" And then I showed you my powerful one note drill where you can just take one note and explore different intensities of that one note all over the fretboard and make your guitar sing. So if you're ready to explore this missing link deeper and you want to rewire the way that you improvise, then I want to first invite you to check out my inner circle. Those are the people that I work with personally There's a link down in the comments where you can apply to join my inner circle. Also, I have another video that's gonna open your eyes and ears. It's my 46-minute guitar lesson that covers a lot of the essentials that I wish I had when I was starting out, and it picks up exactly where this video leaves you. You can check it out here. Keep on rocking. See you on the next one.